Welcome to our second 40-20 protocol program called Stand Your Ground 2. In this case, we're going to take away the isometric component of Stand Your Ground 1 and kind of add a little bit more of a dynamic nature. Once you understand how to stand your ground and own the ground you stand on, sometimes you have to know when to move. And in this case, we're going to have a lot more movement, but we're still going to stick to that basic 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest protocol. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this one, so let's go ahead and prime up the body on the ground. So everybody go ahead and sit down on the ground. Tailbone down, knees up to the chest. You're gonna take your hands behind you, fingertips pointing away from you, and press down into the ground to start with a nice, tall, long posture. From here, you're gonna bring your knees over to the left, split that left knee, use your hands to help push your hips up. Extend those hips fully. Try not to arch your back. Get your shoulders over hips, over knees as much as possible and get as tall as you can. Now split that knee, ease your way back down, walk your right hand behind you, turn your knees over to the right, split that right knee and press yourself up. Again, get that full hip extension, knee under hip, under shoulder. Nice vertical stacking and ease your way back down. Hips back, transition across the middle. This is gonna go a little bit more fluid now. Exhale, inhale, exhale down and through the middle. Good, inhale up to the side. Exhale down through the middle and inhale up to the side. Last one on each side here, all the way over. Awesome, all the way up and I'll sit down. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna transition into an angled child's pose. So I'm gonna go ahead and place my hands on the ground and sit into what's commonly referred to as a child's pose in yoga, pulling your hips back over your heels, pressing your hands forward into the ground. Now the key here is we're gonna stretch out the sides of our body with an angling of our hands. Left hands over to the left at 45, reach with the right, a little bit further than the left, and then roll to the bladed edge, the pinky side of the arm, keeping the elbow and forearm off the ground, and feeling a nice stretch as you roll into that pinky. Angle over to the right now, reach, exhale, stretch that side of the body and keep it back into the middle. Transition, off to the left. Rotate, recover, walk it back through the middle. Reach to the right, rotate, recover, back through the middle. Last one on each side. Stretch, reach, rotate. Each time trying to get a little bit deeper. Recover back through the middle and over to the right. Good, all right, from there we're gonna get into a push-up position, but keep your hands a little bit wider. So a wide plank position. Get into a nice long plank position. You're gonna bring your left knee up to your left wrist, lay your foot across your body as comfortably as possible, getting your shin down to the ground. Use your hands for balance. Pull your hips back and down into a pigeon pose. Lift your chest nice and tall. Dig your back toe into the ground. Lift the hips up. Push back into push-up position. Transition to the opposite side. Easing your shin down, easing your hip back, long spine, keeping your hands down for balance. Left toe down, press up. Left knee up, and extend the right toe back as you pull your hips back a little bit deeper into the stretch every time. Right toe down, lift the hips. Right foot up, shin down, reach back through the rear toe to deepen the stretch. Shift your weight forward, big toe down on the rear foot, press up. Last time on each side. Shin down, nice and easy. Exhale, sink your hips back. Good, recover, big toe down. Plank, right knee up, shin across, exhale, lengthen the spine. All right, from that last one, we're gonna go ahead and get into a mobile table. In this case, I'm gonna turn sideways so you can see all the key points. We're gonna have our feet about hip width. Our hands are gonna be behind our bottom, but pointed out to each side. Now the key is a lot of our shoulders are gonna wanna shrug in. We're gonna roll the shoulders back, pressing your hands down into the ground to proudden our chest. This is gonna be really important to strengthen our shoulders in a better position than they'd like to be. From here, also ease your hips up as you exhale to avoid overstretching your shoulders. So keep your chest proud. Exhale, drive your hips up slowly and recover. Tailbone touches between your hands and feet. Exhale. Good. Inhale down. Exhale. Good. 3 more. Inhale down, recover. Exhale as you drive the hips. Inhale back down to the ground. 2 more. Inhale down. Last rep. Exhale. Ease them down. All right, we're all primed and ready to go. Today's workout is a circuit, 5 drills, 40, 20. Hey, a lot of work done in a short period of time, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna start with our figure 8. Everybody get your kettlebell ready. Kettlebell of choice. I think a lot of us are gonna start with that middle weight. Everybody could probably use a heavier weight, but you know what? Sometimes it's better to find your groove, get a good rhythm with the weight that you can manage well. And then if you want to push harder, you could always push harder thereafter. All right, figure 8s. Everybody know what you got going on? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, this first round, I'm gonna spend a lot of time with Jessie. So Jessie's been working on her figure 8s. We really have been working on keeping the shoulders back and chest proud. So even as she goes down into the descent of her figure 8, we want to make sure the shoulders don't shrug in towards each other. All right, keep it going, Jessie. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. Good, halfway through. So 20 seconds of work in, 20 seconds of work to go. She's gonna keep her torso as upright as possible. Those knees are working, ankles are working, driving those knees apart, trying to avoid letting the knees drift in towards each other. 5 more seconds. Give me a good couple more reps. 3, 2, 1, time. Okay, hey, you know what? 40 seconds of work doesn't sound like a lot. We're not trying to move fast, we're trying to move smooth. All right, so the next exercise that we're gonna be doing is our pullover. This is gonna frontline exercise. So everybody get ready for your pullovers. So this is gonna be working your core, your torso. Ready in 3, 2, 1, and go. Again, working with Jessie. All right, Jessie, so keep that bell off the ground, pull to your sternum, crunch, good, and right back down. And we're gonna go ahead and recover the bell just slightly off the ground. Exhale, keep it close to your body, pull the shoulders off the ground. The key here is she's not actually moving through a large range of motion. She's gonna be moving through a small articulation, just getting the ribs down to her pelvis. Halfway through, keep it nice and steady, team. Exhale through. Good, and what you can't see her doing is she's driving her heels into the ground, so she's kind of doing a hamstring curl the whole time. Good, that's gonna stabilize her and allow her to really use the legs as part of this drill. 3, 2, 1, time. Okay, 40 seconds of that drill. As you see, some of them are more dynamic than others, but it's okay. You work at the level you can do safely. Next one's gonna be the single arm clean from a hang. This is gonna be a hang clean, keeping that chest proud again. All right, everybody, ready for your hang clean? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so for this one, look at Jessie go. She's using a regression skill to make sure she's not impacting her forearm. Hey, the last thing you need to do, especially as you're learning to use the kettlebell, is to have a bunch of beat up forearms. So we're gonna wrap the bell with the opposite hand, avoiding impact on the arm. Hey, we're gonna split this half and half, so switch sides now. Good, so back from the hang, off to the other side. Good. And now, as we're doing this, this is a hang clean. So notice the depth of this drill is determined by Jessie's ability to keep her spine nice, long, and integrated. She's not rounding her shoulders to try to reach for the ground, and that's the last thing I want her to do. Last rep coming up. And time. All right, good work, team. That's already 3 exercises down for this first round. We have 2 more to go. The next one's gonna be our row variation. So we're gonna start with our split stance row for Jessie. Everybody else is gonna be in a bilateral stance. All right. Jessie, here we go. 5 seconds. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, again, on this one, we're gonna focus on keeping that shoulder back. So I don't want her shoulder to reach and touch my finger. I want her to keep and fight the shoulder back away from my finger. We just call this retraction. We wanna keep the shoulder back and part of the back muscles all integrated. Again, we're doing one arm on this drill, so we're gonna split time, and we're gonna switch sides right now. All right, here we go. Even it out, nice strong position, go. Good, so when we change sides, you're gonna go right into your exercises. We want Jessie's hips about the same height as her shoulders, so I'm gonna cue her hips a little higher. Good, pull your hips up high, good. We want this line nice and horizontal as possible, keeping that shoulder back. Give me one more rep, and time. Okay, that's 4 exercises in this first round. Hey, Jessie's tired of me visiting her, but we got one more exercise to go. All right, gotta pick her on her one more time. This last one's gonna be the push-up series. So push up on the ground. Jessie's got knees, Chris got full lever. Grant's gonna be something fancy. Ready, 3, 2, 1, and go. All right, here we go. We're only gonna go to the depth that the shoulders stay square. And notice how Jessie put the handle facing forward. What we're finding is that that's gonna be the most stable position. You can push the handle into the ground and use it as a predictable post. Pulling yourself down, pressing out, All right, halfway, let's switch sides. Now we're gonna ease our way over, reorient our body, and get a nice strong position before we start again. Again, notice she could go deeper, but if she did, she'd be overstretching this shoulder. It's not about how deep you go, it's about how level and square you can stay and how strong your torso can be. Ooh, push that side into the ground. Last one, and time. All right, good first round, team. Shake it out. Hey, you know what? I like to say you get a lot of extra rest, but you don't. We're right back to the top here for round 2. So chug, 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 figure eights in 10 seconds. So big deep breath in, exhale, get your mind right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, hey, I picked on Jesse enough. Let's go ahead and pick on Chris. All right, Chris, I want you to keep that chest high. Good, so let those knees push forward. There you go, fight for your chest upright. Good, that's exactly what I want. So in this case, it's more dynamic. He's wrapping around the figure eight and then using the hip extension and an uppercut-like motion with the arm to cut the kettlebell, okay, across, good. And keep it going nice and easy. So he's using that hip extension and then carrying that hip extension up into an upward motion to catch the bell on his opposite shoulder. Stopping for a second before he retranslates back into the opposite figure eight. Notice he's catching from one shoulder to the opposite shoulder. Last rep, coming up. Time, all right. So from figure eights, pullovers. Jesse was able to do a slight crunch. Remember, less motion was more. In Chris's case, we're gonna go a little bit more dynamic. So everybody set up for your pullover. Take a deep breath. Here we got 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and let's work, team. So awesome. So Chris is gonna get into a seated posture and then press directly overhead. All right, and then he's gonna articulate back, tailbone tucks under and control the descent all the way back, and the bell's gonna stay right off the ground. So don't rest the bell off the ground and then pull up. Look how much control he has. It's gonna be hard to mimic the control he has. Stop there. Let's bring your thumb and forefinger to the bell to stabilize and then point it straight up to the sky. Awesome, and then pull it back down. All right, so we wanna get that level of control. That's actually would be hard for me to articulate my spine the way Chris is doing. Last rep here, Chris. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, good work, team. So that's your pullover series. We're back to the clean. All right, so remember Jesse was doing the single arm clean hang. We're still in a hang no matter what variation we are, but the depth is gonna be determined by your range of motion. All right, single arm cleans. Ready, start on the right. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, for Chris, notice he's doing that hang clean. He's not as likely to use that assist, but if I see him impacting his forearm, if I come over here and see that thing bouncing on his forearm, I'm gonna tell him to catch with his opposite hand. And secondarily, the hips fully extend, then they squat, and then he fully extend again. Switch sides. Good, 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. So it's really important to take note, is Chris is being very technical in his approach. He's gonna unwrap, clean, hips fully extend, then squat. I'd rather you take your time and make sure at this stage that you're segmenting that movement back into clean to squat than make them sandwich together. Time. All right, good work. So a lot of times when we try to get too fancy, we're moving too fast, we miss some very critical structural components. I want the hips to fully extend every time. All right, clean to row. Everybody ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, nice strong row. I want those ribs pulled in here, Chris. Good, long spine, head up a little bit. There we go. We don't want our neck rounded over. Now the key here is the angle of this handle is at a 45, okay? And the angle of the elbow as it pulls back is also at a 45, kind of drifting right over his knee. Switch sides. So that's 20 seconds on one side roughly and 20 seconds on the other. I'm actually calling it switch around 18 seconds, giving you the opportunity to even it out on both sides, given the transition is probably gonna take a little bit of time. It exists there, right? It takes a little time to switch from one side to the other. Shoulder stays back, lat stays engaged, keep the neck long. Last rep, time, good work. Woo, that's 40 seconds of work, and guess what? It looks like it's starting to rain over here. I don't know what your living room's looking like, but I guess it might be getting a little slippery. Make sure you don't slip. Keep a towel, dry it off if you need to. From rows, we got our push-ups again. Last one for this round. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so Chris is doing the same push-up essentially that Jesse was doing, pulling himself down and trying to keep his shoulders square at the bottom position, not tilting and overcommitting to one side. As he's doing this, he's in a long, strong plank. Heels are driven back, pelvis is neutral, long spine, switch sides. As he transitions, he's gonna move his whole body. So he's not in a rush to transition right now. He wants to be very technical in his approach to switching. He's pulling himself down towards the bell, keeping his spine long. So the big thing is, don't let that head hang, Chris. Take the back of your head up. There you go, just there. Not lifting your chin, but making sure your head isn't hanging off your body. Time. Awesome. Woo, 2 rounds down, 2 rounds down. Hey, you know what? We know who we're gonna pick on next, right? Mr. Advanced over here. And guess what? He's been doing the advanced stuff and he's probably a little tired. So we're gonna be honest about where we are in our technique. Ready? Back to figure 8s. Round 3 in 3, 2, 1, work. All right, good, Grant. Keep that chest out as you transition through the legs. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Take note of the footwork here. There's a natural transition of weight shifting from one side to the other. And that's just natural because, hey, he's gonna shift his weight to that post leg, that front leg, and that brings his other foot as he steps back a little more narrow than his base stance where he's got to swing the bell between his legs. What you're gonna hear is there's exhalation constantly of these more dynamic movements. Exhale, 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 exhale. Good, Grant, great rhythm. So all he's basically doing is adding that reverse lunge to what we saw Chris do earlier. Time. All right, figure 8's done. Shake it out. Okay, slow your breath. Slow your body, slow your mind, shake it out. Pull over series in 10 seconds. Pull over series in 10 seconds. Everybody get ready. Get your mind on your task at hand. Okay, here we go. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, work. All right, Grant has a little bit more dynamic nature to the drill he's performing. So what we want to do is balance how dynamic it is with how much momentum he's using. That was an excellent repetition there. He didn't throw the bell forward. He controlled the bell close to his body and keeping it nice and tight, elbows in as he tries to transition through his knees up to a seated position. Through a seated position to a squat position and then standing to an overhead press. Pretty dynamic to go from laying back on your flat on your back to upright and pressing that bell all the way overhead. So again, it's basically continuing what Chris did, but now getting that feet underneath. Time. Woo, that sounds easier when I say it, but I don't think it's really that easy, man. Give me some love. All right. So guess what? That's the pullover series. Back to the single arm clean. Back to the single arm clean. 10 seconds, a little bit less now. 5 seconds. Shake it out. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, work. All right, I'm gonna go hang out over here where the bell is. See what Grant has going on. Hey, check out the technical nature of how he's breaking this down. It's 3 pieces: clean, squat, press. Hey, it's not in a rush. Don't rush through your movement. Own every piece of it. Switch sides. What we don't realize is every time we perform a movement, we're saying something with our body. People always tell us nonverbal communication is just as important as what we say. So what we do with our body, saying something. Say that you own the ground you stand on. Stand your ground. That's what we're saying here. Own your movement. Last rep. And time. Woo, good work, good work. Hey, guess what? That's almost 3 rounds. We only got 2 more drills in this 3rd round. Everybody's sweaty. I think you're probably sweating too. What's up next? Got the rows. Get the rows in, and then we're gonna get our last exercise for this round. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Grant, I'm gonna hang out on this side actually. Take note, Grant moves the bell across his midline to start. The handle is pointed straight out to the side at 90 degrees. You can see very clearly the face of the kettlebell as he places it down on the ground. That's different than Chris's 45-degree orientation. All right, switch sides. I'm gonna hang out here, and then now we'll focus on the elbow position. This lat's still engaged. We wanna protect the shoulder using these big, strong muscles. Again, the lat's kind of like the hips of your upper body. The elbow flares out in front of the knee, and this is gonna engage a lot more of these intrascapular muscles, these muscles between the shoulder blades. He's gonna pull here and then the elbow secondarily. Time. Oh, wow, good work, good work. Last but not least, time to do the push-ups. Hey, push-ups are a basic drill. Hey, but when we add just a little variable, like an increased height on one side, we have a lot to control. We wanna control that stretch. So it is as dynamic as this gets, gonna be controlled. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Grant, here we go. Stay sane, stay safe. Hey, Grant's doing these plyo push-ups. Hey, it's already the 3rd round. He's been doing quite a few. So he's gonna have to scale back and at some point in time determine it's better for him to stop doing plyos and work his steady transition. Let's go and walk it out, Grant. All right, now he's walking it out. Everybody, switch sides, switch sides. All right, so take note. Grant's a beast, he's a manimal, but look at him. He's doing a regress version to stay safe. The best way to get the best results in your training is for longevity be your focus. Avoid injuries, don't do anything too crazy. Hey, look, watch it. It's still basically transitioning from one side to the other, walking his hand over to one side and switching. Time. All right, everybody, go ahead and shake it out. What you saw there is it looked a lot more like Chris's, but now he transitions from one side to the other every rep because that's what the plyo was. Hey, we gotta stay safe, so train sane. Don't be lazy, but don't be crazy. That's the goal here. Hey, guess what, team? Last and final round, figure eights coming up. I'm gonna spread the love around. 3, 2, 1, figure eights. All right, here, Jesse, you know you weren't done with me yet. You know you weren't done with me. How are you doing over there? Look at that. I think you're warm and ready to go. Chris, good. Stand tall at the top, buddy. Don't tuck those hips. Don't drive the hips forward. Get tall, get tall, get tall. There you go. Push your feet down. Stay as tall as you can. Hey, are you taller than me? Man, I think you might be taller than me. I'm a little vertically challenged. It's okay. I got a big voice, right? Grant, how you doing over here, buddy?
Doing good.
All right, here we go. Nice rhythmic movement. There you go. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Everybody, as we get through the rounds, you want to focus on efficient use of your breath. Breathe, breathe, breathe. If you're not sure when to breathe, just breathe more, okay? Here we go. Time. Woo. All right, last time you had to do that one. Pullover series. Shake it out, everybody. Chug a little bit. Remember, what's your drill? Pullover. What are you doing? Pullover. Ready? 10 seconds. Get ready for your pullover. Here we go. Ready? Here we go. 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Good. Exhale. Shh. Get those shoulders off the ground. Nice. And control that descent. Good job, Jesse. I want those feet a little bit further out. There you go. And pull your heels towards your butt. Give you more stability. There. You see how you got up a little bit higher? All right, Chris. Here you go. Pull those heels. Pull those heels. Ah, I know you're feeling the core work. Nice. Exhale. Good use of breath there. You're to be able to control the articulation of your spine, you're gonna have to exhale as you compress the front of your body. Good, Grant. Let's see what you got going on over here, buddy. How you doing? You got this going? Good, don't touch the ground. Yeah, use a little less momentum for this last rep. Control your way up, control your way up. Just enough. There we go. Ooh, time. All right. That was the last one of that workout. That was a really good rep. All right, from pullover, single arm clean work, okay? So again, we're gonna split the work, left side, right side. Actually, we'll start with the right side. All right, here we go. Everybody, single arm clean. Ready in 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Good, nice. How's that forearm feeling? If it's getting a little bit sore, if it's been impacted multiple times, then we're gonna use that offhand to reduce the impact. Good. All right, Chris, make sure. Clean, then squat. Clean, then squat. Switch sides. All right, good. All right, again, keep that shoulder back on the hang, okay? Grant, I wanna make sure you don't roll that shoulder too far down. There you go. Fight for that chest up. Nice long spine, long torso. Good, we got another 5 seconds. You give me another rep. The best rep you got, maybe one more rep after that. Time. All right, cleans are done. Cleans are done. Time to pull. It's all about the rows now, okay? Row, row, row your boat. Here we go. 10 seconds before we get our last round of rows. Last round of rows. Pull that knee up a little, put the foot up a little bit closer. There you go. 3, 2, 1, go. Good. Hips up higher. There you go. Pull the belly in, ribs down. Perfect. Good. Chest out. Jesse, keep that shoulder back. Keep that chest proud. All right, Chris, good. 45 degrees on the handle, 45 degrees on the elbow. Same thing, take note. The face of the kettlebell is not facing you guys. And switch sides. But that's not the case with Grant. The face of the kettlebell is facing you guys. The handle is oriented horizontally in orientation to his spine. You can see the whole face of the bell. The handle is perpendicular to that. So we're gonna go ahead and pull straight out to the side. Elbow just out in front of the knee. Lats engaged. One more rep. Time. All right. Last but not least, the basic, the killer, the push-up. All right. Here we go. I'm going to hang out with Grant on this one to start, to see how many he gets of those plyos, because I don't think he's going to do it very long, and I want to see what he gets, okay? Here we go. 5 seconds. Ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Stay safe and sane. All right, there you go. You got it, Grant. Make sure you push into that handle as a base of support. All right, now transition. All right, Transition nice and steady now. Easy, easy. Walk it over. Walk it out. Good. All right, Chris. I'm going to check on you. You got one more rep over here. And let's switch sides. Nice and easy. Transition in. Good. Look at that nice strong line. Hey, bring that head back. Bring that head back. Don't let the head hang. Tuck that chin back towards your throat. Good, Jesse. You have great head position. Your hips are tucked under. What's great about that short lever position is you should be able to refine your alignment. This is what this is about. Before you do long lever, short lever. Time. All right. Hey, everybody. Get up. You're not done. Everybody, stand tall. Stand strong. You got this. Stand tall. Stand strong. Proud chest. I don't want you staying on the ground after you're done worked out. I want you to recover into a strong position, a position of dominance. Proud chest, shoulders back, tall, big deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. You own your nervous system through your breath. Big inhale. Exhale. Slow your mind, slow your heart rate. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. All right, you're ready to cool it off and cool it down. Good work, team.